Members of the committee, members of the council, we will come to order. On your desk is circulated response to a couple of the questions to the state fairgrounds folks yesterday is on your desk. The information that was requested of ECC about how to contact them, we're just going to hold until next Tuesday night because we'll circulate that to the entire council. It was not information on the budget, but it was contact information that was suggested all council members receive. With that, we begin today's proceedings with the beer board. Ms. Eastlick, will you introduce those that are with you?
Okay. To my right, I have Terrence.
If you would, pull the microphone just a little bit closer to you.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect.
To my right, Terrence Darby, beer inspector. To my left, Julie Hudson, office assistant, and I chair, Ann Arney.
Welcome to you all. Can you operate within the mayor's proposed budget?
Yes.
And with that, the floor is yours to discuss the good works of the beer board.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for this opportunity to discuss the beer board with you today. The mayor's proposed budget for the beer board allow us to maintain the status quo by retaining our 4 positions in the department. The recommended budget allows our department to have cell phones. The phones will allow better communication to our customers when the inspection schedule needs to be changed and the office has closed. Recently, the department has relocated within the Metro office building to a location that provides more space for our clients. Our customers' reaction has been positive. The department maintains the records of more than 1,500 beer and dance permits and provide permitting and inspection services. The permit holders now have the option to pay annual privilege tax online. When the beer board database is upgraded with Civil Works, the plans are to provide better service to the customers with the options for issuing permits and accepting other payments online. Through the assistance of Planning Department, the public can now access on an online map showing all locations at the beer permit holders. As of May the 28th, we have collected a total of $424,600 in revenue and have exceeded our projections. Out of that, 22% came from beer permits, 10% came from dance permits, 39% came from privilege tax, and 29% came from civil penalties. In the upcoming year, the beer board will continue to provide excellent customer services to those seeking permits and will continue to inspect and bring into compliance those that utilize our services. I would like to personally thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to discuss the budget for the beer board. At this time, does council have any questions?
Thank you very much for being here. Councilman Tigert.
Thank you. So if I understand you correctly, $423,000 of revenue to date?
As of today, $424,000.
Now, is that 100% Metro, or does some of that go to state or other entities?
All of our funds go into the general fund.
All right, so I'm looking at our budget for this year, which is $293,000 expected income, and projected the same next year. Why the tremendous increase?
Sometimes we have locations like vendors that have more than one permit that may change ownership, and that will bring in an increase.
So that means that you'll have some ups and downs, but is based on the growth of Nashville, is the projection of this year revenue being the same as last
Councilman,
year?
excuse me, so we're all on the same page. What page are you on? And
I'm
the
on
budget book's in front of you.
G34-5,
Okay.
GSD General Fund showing 293,000.
Okay.
And make sure I'm reading this correctly. That's the licenses, does not include the fines. But fines are separate, but your 423 does include fines? All,
Yes.
all right, so even that is 373,000. You're already at 423. So you're up 50,000 with still a month to go.
Yes.
So I guess my question is the projection for next year. Why is it projected at the same level?
And I don't think we have anyone that can answer that for you at this point. We'll have to get you the answer to that.
So the follow-up to that, to John or Greg, would be if this has been miscalculated, can revenue projections be increased
We'll check on it.
in the budget? I mean, have we found $50,000 more?
If the finance director, who by charter has the sole authority for determining and estimating revenues,
Right.
if in his opinion that was a underestimate, then that would be correct. But the council can't determine that.
Okay, so the chair and you and Ms. Waller can look and see why that figure is less than the obviously great job that you all are doing to bring in that amount. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Claiborne.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you all for being here. How long have you had two inspectors? How many years?
If I'm not mistaken, I was said since 2004.
2004.
Was it further back? 2004 since we came in. Oh, okay, further back. I thought before I had started, they had
Okay,
more
so-
and more. So
well-
she was saying back to 1998.
Okay, going back into the 90s. Okay. Do you have any idea, just ballpark, how many permits that you were dealing with back at that period of time, around the turn of the decade?
I don't have the numbers with me, but we do have them.
Well, what I'm getting at is how big of increase have we had, say, since 1990 to the present time in terms of the number of permits? Is it doubled, tripled?
I don't think it tripled. Well, we will need to look at it to be honest, to see. We have had where we had turnovers and it just that it's up and down, but to tell you the truth, I would have to look at the numbers.
Okay, well, I was just looking here at some of your strategic issues, and it says that there will be a decrease in the routine inspections. I guess that's because the increased number of permits and that there is a delay in permitting because of language issues and so on. So I was just wondering if there's a consideration been given to requesting another inspector.
We have considered that in the past.
Have you asked for it?
We have.
Yeah. When was the last time you asked for it?
I believe we asked for it last.
Last year. And you were just afraid to do it again? Yeah. If you don't ring the bell, nobody hears the sound. Okay, I'm just looking at what you do and what your capability is, and just wondering if it's not time to maybe
Yeah, I think
do more.
the way we requested last year, we asked for one other position and to split it out to be office half and inspector.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Davis.
Thank you, Chair. Just one quick question. Do you feel like with just the booming industry we have going on right now and the growth and everything, do we feel like we're cranking out the permits fast enough and good enough to service our businesses opening?
We're doing the best we can with what we have to work with. More would be better.
Councilwoman Gilmore.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Chair Stein. I was just going to follow up with Councilman Claiborne and say if you, I would request that you send to Ms. Waller just kind of a projections. I don't think it even has to go back as far as the 90s, but just kind of showing the trends of the increased beer permits.
Okay.
From, I would say, if you just do from the early 2000s up to now, we should be able to see a significant difference. And also, don't you do like follow-ups to make sure that the stores are staying within the boundaries of not serving underage, what do you call it?
Right, we do regular inspections.
Okay.
With the increase, it takes a lot of the inspectors to do initial inspection versus the regular inspection.
I got you. So I would just be interested in seeing that as well and how that has increased over the number of years. If we could just get that information.
Okay.
Councilman Claiborne, would you like the microphone, or you just want to just do it for council?
Okay, so we want, I'm going to let Councilman Claiborne, because Chair Stein there busted us out, so I didn't quite get to hear all the question. I'm going to let him finish it up. All right.
Collaboration's a good thing. Councilman Claiborne, you're recognized.
I was just going to say, could you give us the estimated amount that it would take to for salary and benefits for another inspector?
Yes,
Get that to Ms. Waller there.
okay.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Weiner, your question asked. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you all for your good work.
Thank you.
Sorry.